Hello, everyone. My name's Evan Jacobs. Welcome to another edition of Boxing Time TV on February 8th. I'm going to check that date. Teofimo Lopez fights the tough Jamaine Ortiz, and I think this could be a good fight. Both fighters are 6'8". They're both 140 pounds. Teofimo has a reach of 68, and Ortiz has a reach of 69. 19 wins, 1 loss to George Kambosos for Lopez. Jamaine Ortiz, 17 wins, 1 loss to the guy that Teofimo beat for the title, Vasyl Lomachenko. This is a 12-round fight. 3-minute rounds, 10-point must scoring system, no mandatory 8 count, 3 knockdown rule waived. Let's do it. Let's see how this fight goes. One second, folks. Just making sure I'm hearing things correctly. Oh, it's the air. Someone put the air on. So yeah, this bout is happening February 8th. And I'm telling you, I think this is a tough fight for Teofimo Lopez. I think that Ortiz is going to give him some problems. I think he's slick. The only problem is he doesn't have a lot of power, but I'm saying speed kills, and if he can do certain things I don't think George Kambosos has a lot of power, and he beat Teofimo Lopez. So hold on, let me just double check. I'm going to my facts and info. Kind of on a time crunch. I got 40 minutes to get this done, which I think I can do because it's 36 minutes, and I got to go pick up my godson, who is working at Michael's. I'm so proud. Proud godfather here. His name is Sean. If you want to learn more about him, you can watch Sean's Senior Year. That's a documentary that he and I made. Hit me up if you want to see it. I'll send you a link to watch it. He and I made it. You can find out more about it on my other site, Anadenia Films. Whatchamacallit, you can go to anadeniafilms.blogspot.com or just go to Anadenia Films TV on YouTube and you can watch the trailer, Sean's Senior Year. Jamaine, and we'll see what comes up. Yeah, so it's saying he's prepared for a tough fight. And this bout, and yeah, Teofimo almost clipping him right there, but Jamaine Ortiz is getting him with that left hand, folks, and that could be the difference in this fight. I'm telling you, I think Jamaine Ortiz is going to be tough. Yeah, so yes, I was right. February 8th. This is going to be broadcast on ESPN, but you know, Boxing Time TV, we like to give it to you a little bit sooner. So, yeah. All right, so 10-9 for Lopez, 10-10, judge having it even. So Lopez is only up by 1 point after that first round. Oh, and look at Ortiz coming out, landing a left hand. I'm telling you, I think he's going to give him problems. Well, already this has gone longer than the bout that we did with Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou. Although that bout is continuing to still rack up views. So, you know, I'm glad that even though I'm in North Carolina, I've been able to keep up with Boxing Time TV, and I'm getting a lot of these fights done. A lot of the big fights. I already got Anthony Joshua done. Got Vasyl Lomachenko, George Kambosos, but I had that done a while ago. I did that on the day of, I did that on the day of Reckoning. And then Jaime Munguia, John Ryder, and then Vasyl Ortiz, Frederick Lawson already did that. So yeah, just keeping up. Oh, and look at this, and look at Lopez landing. I'm telling you, Ortiz is is giving him angles. That's the thing. It would have been even harder, I think, if Ortiz was a southpaw. But then you have Lopez, and the thing is, Lopez, as he showed against Josh Taylor, really cute, really good fighter, just a solid, like, actual boxer. So oh wow, Lopez has him hurt. He caught him and he has him hurt. Wow, Jamaine Ortiz getting a bit too. It took me a while to realize that Ortiz was hurt. Must have been delayed reaction. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Is Teofimo Lopez, as he showed against Isaac Dogbay, has the kind of like one punch, one punch knockout power, and so he hits him again. So, I mean, Teofimo Lopez taking shots now. Jamaine Ortiz looking to kind of keep him off him. So, let's get the record of Teofimo Lopez. So here, we'll go to it, and we'll look at it. And yeah, so he has the victory over Josh Taylor, victory over Santa Martin, which is a tough fight, man. That's the one thing. He was kind of questioning himself in the ring afterwards. And right now, Jamaine Ortiz came out and got in his face, and Lopez pushed him back, and one judge even giving him 10-8. So one judge having it even. So Lopez up by 4 points after 2 rounds. It's now a 10-round fight. And we'll see if Teofimo Lopez, he's shown that he can hurt him. Can he keep this up? It would be a feather in his cap to knock him out when Vasyl Lomachenko went 12 hard rounds with him. And if I'm Jamaine Ortiz, I want to stay on the outside. I want to keep landing that pesky left hand. And I want to frustrate Lopez. Lopez has shown in fights that he can be frustrated. But he's a solid boxer and a solid banger, too. Victory over Pedro Campa, the loss to George Kambosos. This is Teofimo Lopez. It was Richard Comey that he stopped in 2 rounds. Had that tough victory that I kind of thought was going to be tough against Masayashi Nakatani. But yeah, and then in a little bit we'll look up the record of Jamaine Ortiz. But I think for Ortiz, look at that, and look at Jamaine Ortiz trying to do good work from the outside and trying to limit Teofimo to just those one shots at a time. But Teofimo, guys, is a really good pesky boxer. He's not just a banger. They brought him up as a banger. They brought him up and he made his bones as that. But he really is so much more than that, as he showed against Josh Taylor, as he showed against Vasyl Lomachenko. There's noise you're hearing. These young guys are riding dirt bikes outside. So yeah, you have Jamaine Ortiz, victory over Antonio Moran, Vasyl Lomachenko, victory over Jamal Herring. Those were his 2 biggest victories. But he is obviously credible. He obviously can hang. He just doesn't want to get too close to that power, as you saw in the last round. I think it's the first time I've ever done that. Usually I do it over a couple of rounds, go over the fighters' stats. Sometimes I say I'm going to talk about it, and I don't even talk about it, which is probably mind-numbing to the fans or the people listening, who we're very, very grateful for. Guys, this is year. I think we're going to go over 300 followers. And see, right now, Jamaine Ortiz going to the body, as Teddy Atlas would say, putting water in the basement. And we'll see if he can continue. And that's the thing, is every time he backs Teofimo up, every time he gets close to Teofimo's corner, Teofimo hits him with some shots. Ortiz has got to be effective in such a way as to keep him off of him. Oh, and look at Jamaine. I'm telling you, that's the thing. If Jamaine Ortiz does not get dropped, and if he does not wilt, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. But Teofimo Lopez, guys, is putting rounds in the bank. And this is not looking good for Jamaine Ortiz. He just put that round in the bank. So Teo's up three rounds, and he's done really, really well. Ortiz has had his moments, but Teofimo's growing in confidence, and he's able to hit Ortiz. Oh, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna take this off my list of fights. So next up, I think I'm going to do Bivol Beterbiev, because that bout looks like it's going to get made. I mean, it's not a sure thing that Artur Beterbiev is going to get past Calum Smith, I think his name is. But, I think the conventional wisdom is that he will. So maybe I'll do that soon. And yeah, the Teo Jamaine. And then I may do another fantasy fight. Ray Leonard in his prime versus Floyd Mayweather in his prime. We will see. Consolidating my bouts. All right, we'll see. We will see, folks. All right. So, and here we go. Jamaine Ortiz trying. Teofimo Lopez is bringing the role of counterpuncher. This is not where Jamaine Ortiz wants to be. Because he's coming forward with not a lot of power. And that's the thing, is Teofimo's shown that he can take his punches. So, it's not where he wants to be, folks. I don't like this. For him. Sorry, I'm writing something down. Telling you, I think Jamaine Ortiz fighting kind of the wrong fight. I think he's kind of getting made to order here for Teofimo Lopez. Now watch, they're probably going to tell me that I am wrong, which, hey, don't worry. I've been wrong before. It's not a position that but Teofimo taking that round too, so now he's up 10 points over Jamaine Ortiz, and Ortiz is coming out with that left hand. Maybe he does something to Teofimo Lopez. Maybe gets his eye, or something. But right now, Teo's counterpunching him, high guard, coming in with those uppercuts. He's landing, and he's just, I'm telling you, this Teofimo, he was an Olympian, so it makes sense. But he is such a good boxer. And that's the thing, is I think had he not come out against George Kambosos, so destined to take his head off, had he not let Kambosos get under his skin, he probably wouldn't. It probably would have been a tough fight. Because I don't think Kambosos is going to be is with Lomachenko. I think that's a fight Lomachenko's going to win. But I think it's going to be a tough fight. But I think he got in his head enough to be able to beat him. And that is the important thing here. And now I think Ortiz, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I think he's starting to wilt a little bit. I think this will probably go. The Teofimo's just gonna start beating on him. Sorry. I just plugged in my phone. So I got 25 minutes, which I'm going to definitely get this done, but it's a question of, I'll get all my stuff organized. Like shots like that, like that's the Teofimo Lopez at his best. At a distance, landing power shots like that, right there, he just made order. And what he's done with Jamaine Ortiz is reduced him to a one-punch fighter, so he's not able to get his combinations off, and it's not like he has power. That's the one thing. I mean, I'm not saying anything that and nobody knows. I mean, he has 7 knockouts in all of his fights, and I mean, anyone when they're hit right can go down. But Jamaine Ortiz, here, this was given to me by my godson, so I want to use it in my podcast. It's a button. So is Jamaine Ortiz going to win this fight? No. Now I don't want to say that, but that's just what the button's saying. And I think there's a possibility in the next couple of rounds that Teofimo is gonna stop him. I think he's gonna land something. Let's ask the button. Is Teofimo gonna stop him? No. Oh, the button doesn't think so. But Ortiz is cut. 10-9, 10-9. Guys, this has been a pretty masterful performance by Teofimo Lopez. Similar to what we saw Bam Rodriguez do against Sonny Edwards, both in the real fight and in the simulation. And Teofimo, I think, kind of likes being on the outside. He's not taking as many shots. He's able to land on his opponent. It's weird how he's been able to control that distance, because you would think that would kind of be Jamaine Ortiz's area, kind of the finesse boxer. But I think Teofimo has realized in his career, if I want to have longevity, if I want to be okay in this career, I can't come forward. He can't be doing the Edgar Berlanga thing. And I think Berlanga needs to kind of figure that out too. I don't think Edgar Berlanga needs to always be going for the knockout. Just do what you do and it'll come. And right now, what Teo did was kind of back him in the corner. And Teo's not throwing a ton of shots too, which gives Jamaine Ortiz a chance. But I think this is sort of what Teo kind of wants to do. He wants to back up, counterpunch, and maybe give Ortiz the sense that he has a chance in this. But it's been all Teofimo Lopez. And Jamaine Ortiz at this point is 13 points behind. He needs a knockout territory. He doesn't have the tools to be able to do that. Now watch, the real fight happens and Jamaine Ortiz knocks him out in 3 rounds. Which you see happen. A guy gets hit right. I mean, Doug DeWitt had a great chin, and he fought a guy, Furman Torino, I think his name was. I'm going to look this up. Torino not known as a big puncher, and DeWitt known as being able to take a good shot. And DeWitt even said, I didn't think the guy could crack an egg. And before DeWitt knew it, he was knocked out. Let's look up Furman Torino. He was a middleweight. So yeah, not known. I want to say, does he have Doug DeWitt on his resume? Nigel Benn. No, he doesn't. Who did Doug DeWitt? Man, I was really excited. I thought that I'd had it. But I mean, Furman Torino is in that world. You know, he fought the Tony Thorntons, Mike McCullum, Nigel Benn. But here, hold on. Let's go back. Let's look up Doug DeWitt. It's not Doug. Okay, so 10-9 all for Teofimo Lopez. They're saying that Jamaine Ortiz obviously tired. So here, let's look at the record of. I made this a 12-round fight, didn't I? I think I did. Or was it Sambu? I think it was Sambu Kalambe that knocked him out. Yeah, it was. It was Sambu Kalambe. Yeah, it was. Yeah, in the seventh round, which Kalambe not known for that kind of power. Then Kalambe gets starched by Michael second to none. So what was I looking? See if that bout is on YouTube. Yeah, Doug DeWitt, Sambu Kalambe. Yeah, I'm going to need to kind of spend some time with that. Oh, and look at Teo getting in close, landing his shots. I really hope. Oh, look at that. He's tapping him. I really hope I made this a 12-rounder and not a 7-rounder. Otherwise, we're going to have to redo it. We can't put up a 7-rounder. Come on. That's the thing is, Jamaine Ortiz really isn't even landing on. Oh, I'd say that, and then he does, but he's not even landing on him anymore. Oh, I'm going to the body. And Jamaine Ortiz tried that in the beginning. All right, let's see. Okay, so I made it a 12 round. So they're saying Ortiz has a bloody nose. Guys, I might have called this. They might stop it in this next round. 10-8, 10-9s, all for Teofimo Lopez. Folks, he's put on a clinic. And I don't know that they're going to let Jamaine Ortiz take this kind of punishment because he's not all against the ropes taking punches, but sometimes this game will let that happen. But now that it's, you know, I'm telling you, Teofimo has him on the ropes. He's beating him up. Now he's starting to wilt. Now he's starting to wilt is Jamaine Ortiz. And this is exactly what Teofimo wants. And Teofimo would love to nothing more than get a stoppage against a high-class, solid boxer like this, especially someone, I mean, it just kind of makes his victory against Vasyl Lomachenko look really, really good. And I'm saying, is there really a need for Ortiz to take more punches? Oh, oh, and look at that. I mean, he's just taking shots. Lopez has him, and yeah, so it was Sambu Kalambe. Anyway, you don't think a guy can take a punch? The guy takes the punch. I mean, the guy gets hit. If you get hit right, which if you go back and you watch Doug DeWitt versus Sambu Kalambe, you'll see what I'm saying, which is always amazing to me. And there was a fight many years ago. I want to say it was Rafael Marquez, or it was one of those guys, lighter weight fighters, and they got Tim. Oh gosh, not Tim Bradley. Anyway, lighter phase. It was like the Too Sharp Johnson kind of phase. Oh, look at that uppercut. Oh, and Ortiz's wobble, folks. Wow. I'm telling you, Teofimo Lopez is beating him up, folks. We got 4 more rounds, and this thing's in the bank. They're saying that Lopez is obviously tired. Ortiz is exhausted and has a bloody nose. 10-8 all across the board for Teofimo Lopez. So he's up by 26 points. And, yeah. I think they're going to stop it. Ortiz isn't doing much. He really got hurt at the end of the last round. Come on, where's Tony Weeks when we need him? I'm just kidding. I actually don't think his stoppage last weekend was that bad. I think that, it was one of those things. Vasyl Ortiz was throwing a ton of punches. Everyone knew what was going on. And that, Lawson was put in there to be that kind of opponent. So I don't think that it's that disgraceful. Oh, and Teofimo hitting him with a left hand. I think he's really hurt him with both fists in this fight. Now going to the body. It's crazy how he can look so good against Vasyl Lomachenko and just be so flat and have like almost nothing against Teofimo Lopez. Let me be right back. Just gonna put in my contact. Oh, Teofimo Lopez finally drops him. And guys, I don't think Ortiz is getting up. Guys, he's been just pounded and pounded and pounded. Teofimo Lopez, guys, with a brutal knockout of Jamaine Ortiz. If Teofimo Lopez can look this good, ho, ho, ho. The winners of Teofimo Lopez by knockout. The fight lasted 9 rounds. Lopez was not knocked down. Ortiz was knocked down one time and has a bloody nose. Scoring's all academic, 80-70, 80-71, 80-73. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Boxing Time TV. If you like what you've seen, please like, comment, and follow. Please share these links with your family and friends. And at Boxing Time TV, our motto is, why wait? Watch it now. Then watch the real thing when it airs and compare. We'll see you next time.